Will the ISU be present in Assassin's Creed Mirage? I think there's a chance that they could be vital to Assassin's Creed Mirage's storyline. As we know, at some point between Assassin's Creed Mirage and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Basim's personality gets taken over by his reincarnated self of Loki. For those of you that don't know or need a refresher, quick backstory. Loki was one of the ISU, also known as the ones who came before. During their civilization's apocalypse, he made sure via his DNA, he would be reincarnated many times until his paths would cross once again with Odin. And in Valhalla, Eivor is the reincarnation of Odin, while Basim is the reincarnation of Loki. So from what we understand, Basim wasn't always Loki. He was once Basim. But there was a turning point of sorts at some point during Basim's life, where the reincarnation of Loki started to take over Basim. Even in Valhalla at points, I think Basim was very much still there. But it had got to the point where Loki was, say, I don't know, 80%, where Basim was 20% in his mind. So Assassin's Creed Mirage's storyline may see emphasis on that shift, that transition between Basim and Loki. If we take a look here at the end of the Assassin's Creed Mirage reveal trailer, we see some zombie looking thing. Now, at first I was like, sick, there's going to be confession room assassinations back, which there actually very well could be, but it turns out in the trailer that was some sort of potential vision Basim was having. Now, what we need to remember is in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we saw the story of them and the ISU through Eivor's eyes, and Eivor's eyes saw it in the best way that he could comprehend it, in Norse mythology, in his idea of the gods. That is why when we went into his vision sort of part of the game, we were playing through a Norse mythology type fantasy thing, because that was Eivor's only way to be able to perceive his reincarnated past life memories. So do I think there's going to be a massive area of the game, a massive segment of the game where you play as Loki while Basim has visions, but it's going to be in his style of what he can perceive? Bearing in mind, the setting of Assassin's Creed Mirage is Baghdad, which is in the country of Iraq. And I'm not sure whether Basim is originally intended to be from Iraq or from around that area in a Middle Eastern country, but if we were to see similar visions in the way we did in Valhalla, it would most definitely be of the culture Basim grew up in, the way he can perceive his old memories. So we wouldn't be back in Asgard seeing Norse mythology, we would be seeing a much more Middle Eastern inspired version of the events that transpired with the ISU so many thousands of years before. Now, to answer that initial question, do I think that is going to be in the game? I think there's a big chance it could be, but I don't think it's going to be to the big, massive extent of what it was in Valhalla. Because what we need to remember is that this game is going to be around 20, 25, maybe 30 hours. Whereas Valhalla was, what, 150 hours. So there isn't enough space, enough time in this game to have as much of an emphasis on that as it did in Valhalla with the Norse mythology. So do you guys remember in Assassin's Creed Unity, there was that segment right near the beginning of the game when Arno takes, I think he takes like a sip of a drink and it turns him into a whole dream segment. It doesn't turn him into a whole dream segment, but it turns part of the game into a whole dream segment. What does that take? 5, maybe 10 minutes to get through that segment, and it's a character development way of pushing the story along in just that, a dream segment. I feel like if we're going to see ISU-inspired memories of Basim with a Middle Eastern twist, I think it would be done in the same way it was in Unity with that dream segment. It's going to be small, interspersed here and there to pursue character development, to push the story along, so we learn more about Basim, and we can bridge that gap between Basim and Loki. So yeah, if the ISU are going to be present in Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I think that is fairly likely, I think that is the way they'll do it. According to certain developers, there isn't going to be modern day in this game. So if we are going to see anything about the ISU, I think it would have to be in Visions. Along with that, there's always the chance that the story will push us in the direction of finding ISU artifacts. Just like we did in the older Assassin's Creed games with the Apple of Eden, in Unity with the Sword of Eden or whatever it was called, in Syndicate with the, I think it was a Cape of Eden, I don't know, something like that. In Black Flag with that Cube of Knowledge, I don't remember the names of these things, but I do remember them. You guys probably remember too. Those are just examples, but yeah, we could see that in Assassin's Creed Mirage. What they would be, I don't know. Would it be an Apple of Eden? I don't know. Is it going to be something completely new, an ISU artifact we have not seen or heard about before? Very well could be. And of course, we might see both of those things, ISU artifacts and ISU Basim Loki storyline type shit, mate. I don't know, maybe maybe Basim is a scoundrel thief and he's running through the streets. He's a little man, mate. And from what we see in the trailer, the assassins say, "Yo, listen, do you want to join us? Because like you're pissing us off, you're stealing, you're doing all this, but you got potential. You want to join?" And he's like, yeah, fuck it, why not? So he joins. Now, perhaps the Assassin Brotherhood, the hidden ones, we're not even at the point of assassins yet. Maybe in the Hidden One Brotherhood, they have an ISU artifact, whether that is, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Let's just say, for example, it is a football. The Football of Eden. I'm taking the piss, but let's just pretend that's what happens. The Football of Eden is there. They have it in their basement of the Enclave. And they say, "Basim, if you want to join the Brotherhood, you need to touch your hands upon our sacred relic. If it accepts you, you are one of us. If it rejects you, you are not one of us." I don't know, something like that. So, Basim goes to touch it. As soon as he places his hands on the Football of Eden, he doesn't score a touchdown. No. He gets memories flooding towards him of Loki. Or perhaps he doesn't get all of the memories flood towards him, but he gets little bits here and there. Like he touches it for the first time. He's like, "Whoa!" He steps back. He's like, "What the fuck was that? I remember something, but it feels like someone else's memories." And maybe stuff like that happens throughout the game. He gets more and more memories. The more stuff that happens, the more memories he unlocks, and the more he becomes Loki, to the point where maybe at the end of the game, he fully embodies his old reincarnated personality of Loki. Then we get Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where he turns up with Sigurd. And maybe at the end of the game, we will see Sigurd and he'll become friends with them, and that's where the game ends. And then they come to, come to Valhalla. They come to Norway, and it's like a continuation. I don't know. That's speculation for another video. Overall, do I think we're going to get this in Assassin's Creed Mirage? Again, it's a yes or it's a no. If there's a good writer on board with this story, I don't know who's writing it, but if there is a good writer, then the potential for a good story is very compelling to me. I'm very excited to see what can be done. On the other hand, there have been Assassin's Creed stories such as, Odyssey, that have been very badly written, etc. So it could go one or two ways. It depends on who the writer is, how good the writer is, and what sort of story we get. There could easily be nothing to do with the ISU, no ISU artifacts, nothing in this game. And that doesn't mean it's going to be a bad story, to be fair. And I will be making a video very soon on what makes an Assassin's Creed game a good Assassin's Creed game. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think in the comments. Do you think there's going to be ISU artifacts and ISU in general in Assassin's Creed Mirage? Do you think we're going to see Basim's old memories like that, if that makes sense? Let's get a discussion going. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button to let me know you want to see more just like this. If you like Assassin's Creed and you're interested in Assassin's Creed Mirage leading up to release, then press that subscribe button so you can stay in the loop with all the speculation, discussion, news, and all that stuff. Top right of your screen right now is a card to one of my other latest videos. Press that, check it out if you're interested. Thumbnail is on screen right now. I love you guys. I will see you very, very soon. May the Father of Understanding guide us. Fuck the Templar. I'll see you in a bit.